Hi, I wanted to answer a question that was put up by Al Gore on Twitter. He said he saw a sign that said Women for Trump, and he said, why would any woman vote for Trump? Well, I'm going to ignore the fact that he's using identity politics and just answer his question. I voted for Donald Trump in 2016 because he is an outsider, because he signed the front of the check, because he was pro life, because he talked about building a wall, because he absolutely loves this country, because he believes in standing for the national anthem and saying the Pledge of Allegiance, because he promised all of these things that I believe in. He talked about religious freedom. He talked about protecting the Second Amendment. He talked about the First Amendment. He talked about all of those things. He believes in the Constitution. And that's why I voted for him, because he wasn't a politician. And I voted for him then. And I'm voting for him in 2020 because promises made, promises kept, because he's not a politician. He was not a person who came and told me what he thought I wanted to hear to get my vote. He isn't a person who made promises just so I would vote for him and send him to the White House. No, that's what other politicians do. All talk, no action. No, he, unlike other politicians, and he's not a politician, he went to the White House determined to do what he promised us he would do. And he has kept that promise. Instead of going to the White House like many other people are going into Congress and the Senate and the House, promising all kinds of things and not delivering. Because when they get to D.C., they get all this money. The lobbyists throw money. The big pharma and all these other entities donate to their campaign. And then they say, you will do what we say because we donated all this money to your campaign. Donald Trump didn't do that. He went into D.C. and said, go away. I don't want your money. I'm going to do what the American people elected me to do. And then he proceeded to do that. And he has had to fight tooth and nail every step of the way. He's had to fight the DNC, the RNC, the media, and all kinds of other entities, but he kept his word. He made a promise, and he kept it. And he made Jerusalem put the embassy in Jerusalem and acknowledged Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. When everybody told him not to do that, you're going to start World War III, he did it anyway. He has been nominated for 4 Nobel Peace Prizes for all of his work in bringing peace to the Middle East, because he didn't listen to the politicians who told him to do it this way. He did it the way that made sense. He's a pragmatist. He has stood up for life in the best way that he could. He has stood up for life. He has defended life. He has defended religious freedom. He's defended our right for speech. He loves the Constitution. He loves this country. And that's why I'm going to give him 4 more years. It has nothing to do with being a woman, Al. It has to do with being an American. I am an American citizen. I am a child of God. It has to do with those things. Not, I'm a woman, so therefore I think this way or that way. I am pro-life. I do not believe that a woman has a right to kill a baby. And that's one issue. But the biggest thing with Donald Trump is, I know that he cares about me. I know that he cares about keeping his promises because he has gone through hell to keep them. I know that he means what he says and says what he means because he proves it with his actions. He's not an all talk, no action person. I know these things. And he wants my vote. He doesn't take my vote for granted. He is out there campaigning. He is holding rallies. He is meeting with people. He wants my vote. And he fights for it He fights for it in what he does, and he fights for it by holding rallies, and he fights for it by speaking truth that people don't want to hear. We all know the media is biased. Nobody ever calls them out on it until Donald Trump. We know these things. And he is the one who has exposed all of the corruption in D.C. And that's why they don't like him. And if they don't like him, it makes me like him all the more. Because I have seen the corruption for years that's gone unnoticed, swept under the rug, not talked about. I've seen it. And I know what goes on. I don't know fully, but I see enough to know. And I'm tired of it. And that's why I vote for Donald Trump. Because he promised to drain the swamp. And he keeps his promises. And I am counting on that. He deserves my vote. And he has done more than what he promised. He has done more for the African American community than any president in my lifetime. You know, he's the First Step Act and the opportunity zones and all the other things that he has done, and the economy that was booming. And even in the midst of a pandemic, the economy is coming back. So yeah, Al, I'm voting for Donald Trump. And if you were honest with yourself, you would too. And that may not be all that I have to say about that, but that's all I'm going to say for now. Thank you, and have a good day.